Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and he hasn't said anything. Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best sacrifice for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. 2 really important things that we're going to talk about today. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody that is joining. Share this video. My God, Facebook, you're doing your job, but okay, we're going to continue. Share this video that is really important. The statements that you are going to hear right now about Pastor Alberto and his shelter Agape, of what has been going on in his shelter, you guys are going to be mesmerized. And this is for all the leftists, QAnon laughing about the conspiracy theories that they're saying it is all conspiracy theories, what we've been talking about. What you're going to hear right now on a phone call, I'm going to be with Pastor Alberto of what has been happening at a shelter. You guys are going to be extremely concerned about the safety of this man that has helped so many people and along the way. And now this man, is risking his life. It is just unbelievable what he just told me right now a few minutes ago, that this is actually happening right now at a shelter because a company does not want the migrants to speak or the pastor to talk about what has been happening before. So I will explain and get right into that. But the other topic that is extremely important for you guys to know, we have an unaccompanied minor situation in our borders. We have so many unaccompanied minors in our borders. Before I start going, Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link. If you guys want to buy me a coffee and support my work, Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Let's do it. So, you guys know that there's more than 18,000 unaccompanied minors right now in the United States of America, and it is continuing. So if the government of Mexico really wanted to do something, they stop this. They will stop this because it's risking kids' lives. And they are doing something about it. Now, this continuously tells you that this fluency is going to continue. Because if they're going to do this, it's because the fluency is going to be continued. Now, what am I talking about? the director of the child services over here in our country that is called DIF, DIF. Her name, I will get it to you right here in the next segment. But she went to Tapachula, where is the border with Guatemala. She just went over there. And ultimately, she talked to the press and she said, I am here because the president of Mexico told us to be here and to give a statement that 17, 10 plus 7, 17 shelters are going to be habilitated or built in some cases around our country to host unaccompanied minors. The majority of them, 50% of them, are going to be at the south door in Tapachula, and the other ones are going to be spread in the borders that connect to the United States of America. This tells you that the fluency of migrants, of unaccompanied minors, it's going to continue. And ultimately, it tells you that her statements, you're going to hear the interview, and I'm going to try to translate as much as better as I can for people to understand what the director nationwide of the child services is saying about this. But first and foremost, I want to get in the phone call. I want to talk to Pastor Alberto of this horrible situation that he is experiencing right now. And this is just amazing what has been happening. As soon as he answers, I want you guys to tell me if the volume is okay and if you can hear him. So, Pastor, are you there?
Yes, we're here.
Can you guys hear Pastor Alberto? Can you guys hear him clearly? I'm putting the phone right here next to me so you guys can hear him. Can you guys hear Pastor? How you doing? Thank you for being with me on this day.
Perfect. We're doing okay.
So, Pastor, I wanted to ask you something, and this is a really, a difficult problem that you're experiencing. And you, as we were talking right now on the phone, you were telling me that something happened in your shelter and that something has been happening in the shelter. Can you explain what has been happening? Because this that you just told me, it's just unbelievable. What has been the shelter Agape is right now in danger right now. So can you explain a little bit?
Basically, for security reasons, I just could tell you certain things, aspect of what's going on. Basically, we have immigrants that come down over here, and we receive them that want to apply for political asylum. But the problem is that for them to apply for political asylum, I mean, it's not just go and apply. You need proof. You need evidence to show it down to the courts in the United States. So they come to our shelter, and then they start filing police reports of everything that's been happening and problems that they've been having with organized crime. And when they go down and file the police report, now we're receiving, the immigrants are receiving death threats from actually someone from the police department is leaking information, their telephone numbers.
Wow.
And they're receiving threats that they're going to kill them if they do not. They tell them they need to meet. They need to meet with them, and that it's another police officer that's going to be there with an attorney, and they need to sign a document not to press charges.
Holy cow! And this is serious, Pastor.
Yeah, it was real bad, and actually, the immigrant or someone here recorded what happened.
Wow!
And showed it to the authorities, and when they showed it to the authorities, they said they were going to bring more security down here to the shelter because there were several immigrants that have filed for that. And next day, about 37 hours later, they came shooting here at right by the shelter. And
wow!
8 meters away from our shelter, they killed someone.
Holy cow! So there was an incident outside of the shelter, 8 meters away from the shelter. Somebody came and basically did a drive-by, and they assassinated somebody in close to your shelter, 8 meters away.
Yeah, that's where the body fell. The immigrants called the authorities, and they came and they took the body. The person was very badly injured, and while they were transporting them down to the hospital and everything, the person died. So basically, all this came because they were filing the police report. So basically, after that, we had to go down to human rights, and for their protection and everything, that we needed extra security for our shelter, or maybe for the best interest of the immigrants, especially those that file. Maybe they could. The government has like a security place for people that their life is in imminent threat, and for the authorities to expedite and do everything real quick for them to enter into the United States for political asylum. And all suddenly, when we did all of that, they received notifications from the U.S. From the U.S. We have about 20 immigrants that will be crossing over to the United States this Saturday. And between Saturday and Sunday, we have about 20 immigrants in our shelter that already they're going to get political asylum in the U.S.
This is unbelievable, Pastor.
Yes.
This is you are in the middle of a crossfire right there. Are you okay? First and foremost, you know that I got enormous appreciation to you. Are you okay?
Well, I feel okay. These are just things that immigrants need to do, that they need to file. We have nothing against no one, and we're not fighting against no one. We're just trying to help the immigrants and do things appropriately, according to the law. And right now, yesterday we had some meetings with the federal DEEF Department, Children Protective Agency on the federal side, and we're actually they asked our advice and what's our protocol when unaccompanied minors come, and what are we going to do, and what's going to be our procedure, because they're going to start putting rules and regulations. How can if shelter's going to have immigrants, they're going to put protocols. How is it going to be done? So we told them what's our protocol and what we how do we do it when we detect an unaccompanied minor. Immediately we will notify. Actually, we will get like a psychiatrist for them, and we'll try to get in contact with their parents or family members, and then notify also that the consulate, whatever country they're from, just to confirm that that's their family member and to confirm that they're from that country. And then from there, we're going to see if we could recommend like some attorneys to go and talk to the kids so that they could talk to their parents and everything, and give all this information to DEEF, Children's Protective Agency on the federal side of Mexico, so we could turn these kids over to the Mexican federal government, so that Mexican government, federal government, with the attorneys and with the family and with the coordination with the consulate of their country, could help with document, so that they could turn over these kids down to the United States if that's where they're going to want to apply for political asylum. That's where their mom and dad or family members are. And that way we could protect the child's best interest, so that the child's life would not be in danger when they jump the wall and they're by themselves and something could happen for them. All of this is just focusing on the security and the best interest of the child.
Maria del Rocio Garcia Perez is the national director of DEEF. She was, I'm about to play that interview after I hang up with you, Pastor. But first and foremost, Maria del Rocio Garcia Perez, a national director of DEEF, was in Tapachula, and she received specific orders from the president. I know that you were in a Zoom conference, a national Zoom conference with all the, practically it's child services for everybody that does not understand. It's a dependency of child services over here. And this woman, the director in charge of the nationwide of DIF, told that they were going to habilitate 17 shelters nationwide. 50% of them are mostly going to be put on the south, that is Campeche, Yucatan, and Tapachula, of course, and Oaxaca, and the other ones are going to be, in the north. What is your opinion about that, Pastor?
Well, what I recommended to them is, okay, when on our side, when we detect unaccompanied minor that comes, sometimes they come and they say they're with their uncle and auntie, and at the end the uncle and auntie just leaves, and we have the child by themselves, and then we talk to them, what happened with your uncle or auntie? That's when they come out, actually, I'm by myself. That's how sometimes we find out. So what we're going to do, we're just going to channel them, talk to their family, with the authorities. That'll take about a process of 7 days for us to contact all different agencies to see the best interest of the child, get a psychiatrist, and have the psychiatrist give a recommendation, and then the child's going to say, okay, I want to be with my mom, my dad, they're in the United States or wherever the mom and dad, and so the mom and dad and the child and DIF, social services from social services from Mexico, they will evaluate and then also have some attorneys involved so that they could represent the families one way or another. So these child, if it's going to United States, go to United States, or if they're going to go back to their country or where their loved ones is, that's something that they have to deal with. But basically, our best interest is just to protect the child so that the child will not jump the wall and be by themselves, and that their lives could be in danger.
Now, one last question, because I don't want to get into this subject, because I know that you have a lot of things to do today, Pastor. My God, a lot of people in the United States are calling this conspiracy theories. What is going on over here in Tijuana? They don't actually know the dangers that a lot of the migrants are going through right now, and the situation about, the organized crime, how it's operating and how it's affecting not only, migrant camps like the one that it is right now in El Chaparral. I want to ask you something about that. It's Mr. Canchola, that is the head of the migrant, consulate right here, I believe. So that is the organization, what is called, Pastor. He just said that they are going to try to move them to the Unidad Deportiva Tijuana, and it was actually a statement. And a lot of the families have been leaving the camp. A thing that you have been doing consistently, going over there to the migrant camp and telling them you can be better in a shelter, you can be better over here. Don't stay here. It's a lot of it's the weather, the dangers that they're exposed to. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, on that, right now, actually, we're going to be there tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to go serve over there with meals and however we could help the campsite there. And when we finish everything, we always invite any family, single moms, and if they want to come to our shelter, they're more than welcome. For them to relocate the immigrants, I think it's for their best interest, for their children's best interest. They're still negotiating about move them. Right now, there's with Pastor Panda. He's a pastor, Embajada de Jesus. Actually, now the immigrants.
He's a really good guy. He's a really good guy.
Yeah, the immigrants that are being deported that jump the fence, and when they jump the fence, they go to the United States and they get sent back here to Mexico. Usually, they're sending. The Mexican immigration are sending those immigrants that are jumping the wall, are sending them to that shelter. Right now, I believe he got close to 1,000 there.
Holy cow, that's a lot.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Pastor. Everybody right here on the live feed is saying prayers to you. Dios me lo bendiga, Pastor. Me voy a echar una vuelta por ahí en la semana para ir a visitarlo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything you do, and everybody's praying for you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate all the prayers. We need all the prayers we need.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
That is Pastor Alberto, people. Wow. Wow, wow, and wow. Wow. I just, holy cow. Do you need more evidence? What more evidence do you need to all these leftist outlets that they are saying conspiracy theories and, he acts about like he's a reporter? And this is a serious, really serious situation. How much evidence do you need? How much evidence do you need for this catastrophe right now that is occurring over here in our country of Mexico with the migrant situation? Imagine what he just went through right there, that they are threatening him and also threatening the people that they live inside the shelter. The situation escalated into they shot. They did like a drive-by close to the shelter. They assassinated somebody right there on the spot. Holy cow, man. Prayers to Pastor Alberto. Oraciones para el Pastor Alberto y su albergue. Prayers to Pastor Alberto and his shelter that he has always. For people that don't know, that was Pastor Alberto Rivera. I know this man since I started broadcasting about the caravans 3 years now. He's a wonderful man. He helps migrants, but in his shelter, he teaches them how to do the process correctly. And he tells them also, you know what? You don't qualify. I suggest that you start doing your paperwork over here in Mexico. And if you want to work right here in Mexico, it's a good country to work. Also, there's other cities, and he explains to them, there's this state that you can go. It's safe. You can. What do you do for a living? You do this. Oh, I can find you a job. He's a wonderful man, and this happens to him. Oh my God, holy cow, people! As I was telling you guys, as I was explaining to you guys, this is what is going on right now. As he was the one that touched the subject about the unaccompanied minors. And it is important for everybody, and inevitably, it's important for everybody to know who is this woman. Now, this woman is, we were talking about Child Protected Services, and Child Protected Services is DIF in Mexico. This woman right here, it is the head chief and director herself of Child Protective Services. Her name is Maria del Rocio Garcia Perez. She is the head and director of nationwide of Child Protected Services. And the statements that she did yesterday, this is really important news for every United States citizen and for everybody that is listening over here in Mexico. I'm about to do the live feed and also in Spanish. For everybody that is listening, this is extremely important because the number one topic that is hot right now in the border, it is ultimately the unaccompanied minors. The unaccompanied minors, it is the number one topic that is hot right now. And she also, in this interview that a couple of colleagues of ours in Tapachula pass it out to us over here. She explains what they are going to do with the unaccompanied minors that are entering and that they are already in Mexico and how they are going to resolve it. So, first and foremost, for everybody that is watching, they are going to habilitate 17 shelters, which 50% of them are going to be located on the south 5 states of our country. That is Campeche, Chiapas, Oaxaca, Yucatan, and Cancun. Those 5 states are going to have the majority of these shelters that they are for migrants, but specifically the purpose is for unaccompanied minors. So let me put you the interview and I will translate what she is saying. The volume sometimes is not that good. So I will, translate what she's saying. So basically, it's okay to hear what she's saying, but I will try to translate everything that she's saying. My name is Maria del Rocio Garcia Perez. I am the Director National of Child Protected Services.
Pues realmente aquí ya hay un DIF en el estado y hay un DIF en Tapachula.
To be, the question that it was asked, how are you going to put a Child Protective Services office in Tapachula for the children that are arriving, or what are their plans? What are you going to do? And she says, in reality, there's already a shelter right here of DIF in Tapachula, Child Protective Services, office in Tapachula.
Y la instrucción del presidente fue que viniera yo.
And the instruction of the president was that I come over here. The president of the Republic of Mexico, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, told María del Rocío García to go over there to Tapachula. This is a really important person for everybody in the audience.
Aquí a Tapachula a estar al pendiente de todo lo relacionado con el tema de niñas, niños y adolescentes en situación de migración.
The president was really specific to send me over here to attention to detail to the problem that is specifically of migrants, unaccompanied minors, children, girls, and boys.
Yo ya estoy aquí desde el siguiente día que el presidente me encomendó.
I am right here on the next day that the president already told me to be here.
Entonces ya estamos aquí permanentemente.
So we are going to be here. So we are going to be here permanently.
Yendo a todas las giras necesarias.
To go to conferences and to go around, and inspection the areas.
A todos los municipios fronterizos y
and also to all the municipal cities in the borders. So she practically is going to come to Tijuana. She's going to go to Juarez. She's going to go to all the municipal cities in Sonora. She's going to go also to where is McAllen, Texas. That is Matamoros, Tamaulipas, Reynosa, to all the municipal cities.
Trabajando en coordinación tanto con los DIF municipales, con los presidentes municipales.
And we are working with the Child Protective Services from the municipal, cities, and also with the mayors from the municipal cities.
De los municipios fronterizos y con todas las dependencias como son el Instituto Nacional de Migración.
And we are also working with the Institute National of Immigration, with all the dependencies.
Relaciones exteriores y todas las dependencias.
In the exterior relations and
en las que estamos contribuyendo,
and the ones that we're contributing,
con las que estamos contribuyendo para garantizar los derechos de las niñas, niños y adolescentes.
The ones, these organizations, we are working with them to contribute the rights and the human rights to the boys and girls, the childs and the unaccompanied minors that they're arriving
En situación de migración.
in situation of migration.
Moverme a mí y a una parte del equipo a Tapachula y ya estamos aquí.
The president said to move me and as a big part of my team to Tapachula. That is the border that connects, for everybody that is watching, Tapachula, it is the city that connects to Guatemala, that is the other country, that is the south door to the triangle of Central America.
Al día siguiente que nos instruyeron. Pues básicamente el tema migratorio en este momento. Nosotros continuamos con todos los temas. Digo, el DIF nacional tiene personal que está trabajando con cada uno de los temas.
Practically for us, the reporter was asking about other questions, but she said, no, practically for us, that we are here, it is the migration subject, it is the immigration subject.
Que no dejamos afuera, pero la instrucción en este momento es enfocar una coordinación fuerte.
So the instruction right now is to focus on a really strong coordination
para poder atender los derechos de niñas, niños y adolescentes.
To attend the rights of the boys and girls migrants, the little boys and girls that they are migrating, the unaccompanied minors.
En situación de migración, básicamente.
And the kids on situation of migration, basically. And we are basically every day on, on going on conferences and going around the country
para ver los centros, para ver
to go see the shelters, to go see where they are, stationed,
la instalación de los albergues
the installations of the shelters, to also go see them
en municipios fronterizos
on the municipal cities,
y toda la instrucción que nos dio el presidente Andrés Manuel López Obrador
and all the instructions that the President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has gave to us.
lo que se tenga que hacer para mejorar y para garantizar estos derechos.
The President Andrés Manuel López Obrador send us to do as much as we can to better the rights and to give the rights to unaccompanied minors.
Ha aumentado pues más del 50% el tránsito de niños.
It has been, the reporter asked, do you have any statistics about if it has increased the unaccompanied minors entering the country? Look what she says. She says it has increased a lot. It has increased 50% more of unaccompanied minors entering the country. 50% more. Wow. Not 10, not 15, not 20, not 25. 50% more. It has increased the entrance into our country of unaccompanied minors. Wow. Let us continue.
Niñas, adolescentes acompañados y no acompañados.
A lot of these are, teenagers, and a lot of them are with their, parents. They're being accompanied by someone, and a lot of them they're unaccompanied. They're with no one.
Es por eso que nosotros debemos de procurar tener los lugares que garanticen su sana estancia.
Is because of that reason that we need to have the places that they are accommodated for their well-being.
Por el tiempo que estén en el territorio nacional.
For the time that they want to stay on national territory.
Básicamente Honduras, hondureños, salvadoreños, guatemaltecos, pero también hay de Haití.
Basically, the reporter is asking which entities do you have seen more fluency, and she's saying basically kids from Honduras, from El Salvador, from Guatemala, but also kids from Haiti. This is a thing that a lot of people have not heard about. Kids from Haiti now migrating alone. It's amazing. So it is the triangle of Central America and also kids from Haiti. That's what she says.
De otras nacionalidades, pero básicamente centroamericanos.
But basically, the majority of them are Central American.
Pues de 10 niños, yo no creo, sino las estadísticas así lo dicen y los ingresos es que aproximadamente son unos 6, entre 5 y 6 hondureños y el resto está entre salvadoreños y guatemaltecos.
The reporter is asking if we get in a statistic between 10 kids that they're migrating, if we get 10 kids, out of 10 kids, which entities you will say that they are, more from which country? And she says, well, we don't have that statistic, but if I want to say 6 of them can be from Honduras, the other ones can be from Guatemala and El Salvador.
Supongo que las condiciones de su país, ellos huyen de situaciones.
The reporter asked, why do you think this enormous fluency of unaccompanied minors it is coming to our country? She's responding, I suppose that the conditions of security in their country and the poverty in their country.
Como sociales, pero cada uno es una historia diferente.
But just so you know, every single one of them is a different story. Every single one referring to every single unaccompanied minor is unaccompanied minor. It is a different story.
Aunque en general, pues, es una situación de economía.
Well, but in general, it is an economic situation.
Ser, de violencia también.
And also violence.
Se enfrentan a muchos riesgos por el simple hecho de viajar solos.
The reporter asks, "What is your opinion about them coming alone?" And she says, "They are, they are going through really dangerous, situations just by the fact that they're coming alone."
Se enfrentan a los riesgos de pasar hambre, de pasar cuestiones violentas o en el camino un accidente.
They are, exposed to hunger. They're exposed to an accident. They are exposed to, the dangers of coming alone. They're exposed to everything.
Enfermedades.
Sicknesses.
Pero cuando llegan a territorio y nosotros los tenemos en nuestros albergues.
But when they come to national territory and we admit them into our shelters,
En ese momento tienen todos sus derechos asegurados de alimentación.
in that particular moment, they have all their rights. They have all their humanitarian rights. They have food. They have everything that they need.
De
Protection.
Y todos sus derechos asegurados.
And all their human rights are assured.
Bueno, cada vez hay niños más pequeños.
The reporter asks the ages that you have seen, unaccompanied minors. Look what this is what I'm saying, that all these, there's a leftist writer that says that George Soros is a philanthropist. Look, the humongous peanut of a brain that, oh my God, George Soros is a philanthropist, and you're saying, and look what she is about to say. How is this man a philanthropist and the United Nations philanthropist when you're seeing an enormous crisis of children leaving their countries? Where is the help? Where is it? And look what she is about to say of the ages of these children. That she says, the reporter asks, the ages that you have seen. And she responds, well, every day we're seeing much younger kids coming. Amazing. Look what she responds.
Ahorita diríamos que entre los 10 a los 17 años.
Right now, I will say that between 10 and 17 years old. Imagine a 10-year-old going through horrors of Honduras, Guatemala, the border of Tapachula with Guatemala, coming across our country, walking that our country has 5 cities on the top 5 for violence and delinquents. Imagine that. Is this unbelievable? Are they accompanied minors, or they are unaccompanied minors? And she says both.
Así es. Los niños hondureños es el mayor porcentaje.
According to the COMAR, the reporter says the COMAR is the Organization for Refugees in Mexico. According to the COMAR, the highest fluency of asylum seeking, it is when it comes to minors and unaccompanied minors, is from Honduras. And she says, yes, the ones that they're asking for more help and children are from Honduras.
También son el mayor porcentaje que solicita refugio.
And yes, there are the most that we have from Honduras, and they are the most that they are asking for refugee.
Así es.
There's a big fluency right now of migrants from Haiti, the reporter is asking. What is the perspective that you guys have of this? Remember, I just reported last week that a huge caravan arrived. It's not a caravan. It was a fluency of migrants, a big influx of around 1,000 migrants from Haiti. They just arrived to the border at Tapachula, plus the 11,000 that they're saying that they're stationed and scattered all over the state of Chiapas. So, the reporter asked, what is the perception and what is the instructions that you guys are having due to this enormous influx?
Bueno, pues nosotros siempre vamos a proteger a todas las personas, niñas, niños y adolescentes.
Well, you know, we are always going to protect every kid and every boy and girl and you know and teenager. That is our obligation.
Y aunque quien tiene a las personas adultas es otra instancia, de todas maneras, siempre el gobierno de México protegerá los derechos de todas las personas cualquiera.
And you know that I'm not from that institution. Another institution is in charge of adults. But let me just tell you, always the government of Mexico is going to defend the human rights of everybody.
Que sea su nacionalidad.
It does not matter their nationality.
Y están en albergues, tenemos, o sea, nosotros vamos a proteger los derechos y se hará todo el trámite migratorio como corresponde en el lugar en donde estén.
And the reporter is consistent. He's saying, yeah, but you know, there's not enough shelters. And she's saying, yes, I know that they're in shelters, but we're trying to do our best. And then the reporter says, have you done, you know, because the reporter basically lives there. So this is, you know, a lot of the people that they don't live there, they start analyzing that everything's okay. So the reporter says, have you gone around the city and checked how the situation is right now with the migrants from Haiti? The last days in the border of Suchiate, and have you gone?
Personalmente a todos los municipios fronterizos y continuaremos haciéndolo.
I have gone, yes, I have gone consistently to all the municipal cities, and we're going to continue to do it. You know, right now with these shelters that you were saying that you are going to make, when are they going to be made? And because Tapachula has become a big city station, a migrant station. This is a citizen from Tapachula concerned about his well-being and concerned about the Tapachula citizens. And, you know, Tapachula has been sheltering more than 61 countries, more than people that they are for more than 61 entities. And she responds, not only in Tapachula, there are sheltering around. We are going to make these 17 shelters in all the municipal borders. And precisely that is the instruction of the president.
Y también es lo que estamos haciendo, yendo a cada uno de los municipios para ubicar dónde serán realizados y ya estamos en ese proceso.
And that is our instruction, to go to every municipal city and to see where are we going to put the shelter to every municipal city. And we are already locating the place that we are going to be putting these shelters.
Sí, ya lo hemos dicho en varias ocasiones y en varios medios, son 17.
Do you have the number of shelters that you are going to be making or putting? And she says, yes, we have been open about it and we have said it all, you know, all over the place. There are going to be 17 shelters that they are going to be put. To start, 17 shelters to start. These are particularly, she's speaking about unaccompanied minors, shelters for unaccompanied minors. Ultimately, the shelter is going to have a section like they all of them do for adults. But, you know, this is basically saying 17 shelters around the municipal cities that they're with the border and also in the south door. You know, nationwide, we're gonna put these shelters in all the municipal borders. Campeche, Tabasco, Chiapas, talking about the states that they are in the south, and Quintana Roo, that is Cancun. How many shelters are you think that you're going to put in Tapachula? And she's saying at least 50%. 50% of the shelters are going to be located right here. How much do you are going to invest on these shelters? These are Mexican reporters. Yes, for everybody. These questions, they make her feel uncomfortable because these are Mexican reporters that they're concerned about who's going to pay for these shelters. Is going to come out of the federal taxpayers that is inevitably coming out of the Mexican taxpayer, Mexican people. And these are concerned questions. If you get a person from the left in the United States of America with these reporters, they will be completely, oh my God, you're oppressing me. I'm not going to answer. You're a racist. You're a fascist. You're a narcissist. You are a xenophobic. Oh my God, you're a conspiracy theorist. QAnon. All of this, they will answer that. But this woman is being, I will give her that respect. She's being respectful, and also she's, practically answering every single question that she is being asked. So these are concerned reporters from Tapachula, and the reporter last question says, how much is the amount that you guys are going to invest?
Pues ese proceso es el que estamos viendo de cuánto será, pero va a tener lo que sea necesario, se va a administrar.
That is what we are looking for. We are, we don't know yet, but, we are going to administrate that process.
Para ver los albergues y para garantizar que los niñas.
So your visit right here is for what? To check out the shelters? Is to check out the shelters that are around Tapachula, and also ultimately is for the kids and the little girls and the boys and the unaccompanied minors, which they are coming right now. And to strictly, I'm coming over here to demand that they have their humanitarian right. Do you have an actual number right now in Mexico of our country of Mexico of unaccompanied minors and minors that they are with a legal guardian or parent? To this reunion, I don't have that statistic. I'm not prepared for that with that number. And it's subject to change. Every day it changes completely because, as you guys know, there's so many coming. But it's increasing. The reporter saying, but it's increasing the coming of this influx of unaccompanied minors. And she's saying yes, absolutely. So this is Maria. For everybody that is watching, this is a really important interview for you guys due to the fact that it talks about unaccompanied minors and what they are going to do in our country of Mexico with unaccompanied minors. Her name is Maria del Rocio Garcia Perez. She is the leader and head chief of a nationwide of the Child Protective Services in our country of Mexico. Basically, she is saying that they're going to make or they're going to habilitate 17 shelters nationwide for unaccompanied minors, and ultimately they're going to have adults. But 17 shelters. She is focused because she's from Child Protective Services. She is focused on the minors. She's not focused on the adults. That's why she said that there are other dependencies from the government of Mexico, which they are in charge with that. For us, I am in charge right now to come over here and to protect the unaccompanied minors, give them their humanitarian right, and ultimately fix the situation that that is happening over here. So she's also added that out of the 17 shelters, 50% of them are going to be implemented in Tapachula, made, built, or already habilitated in Tapachula, that is the border to Guatemala. Other shelters, the other 50%, are going to be done in the borders that connect to the United States of America. So with this, the only thing that I can tell everybody is that it's not going to stop. For people to saying it's going to stop, these are minors. And when you get a president in the United States of America that is basically saying, I prefer for them to come than to leave them to die, you're basically telling the whole population of the world that they're minors, and Central America and also other parts of the world, to come because, they're going to take you. So you're basically telling these children to embark on a travesty and a journey that is so dangerous, difficult, sad, and they go through a lot. Imagine the women, all the women that they migrate, the majority of them are abused. A lot of them are raped. A lot of them are kidnapped. The women, the migrant women. Imagine now the children. So Mexico is getting prepared because apparently the United States has not, the current administration of Joe Biden has not said nothing about unaccompanied minors, something conclusive in reference to refugee and asylums. What is going to be the process? They have not gave a statement. They have, not been clear with the population, with the migrant population. Ultimately, they haven't said anything. They say that they are going to travel to Guatemala, and now they canceled because of supposedly COVID. I don't know what to say. Really. The only thing that I can tell you is that hopefully Child Protective Services over here, we have, and just for everybody to know, the statistic, and for all the conspiracy theorists, and all the leftist writers, activists, métanse al INEGI, go to INEGI. That is the actual statistic for the census that they do for everything in our country. If you go to the INEGI, that is INEGI, you will find how many abandoned Mexican children we have in our country without no shelter, without no foster care, without no parent, and ultimately abandoned. And, the only road that they got is an addiction, is violence. You got people recruiting young teenagers in the parts of Michoacán and Guerrero to recruit them to work for the cartel since they are 12, 13, 14 years old, teaching them how to use an AK-47. And all of this, we already have a problem with abandoned children, 1.2 million in our country. Bring unaccompanied minors from another entities. I'm a poor children. I'm going to say children do not have the fault of these countries being so corrupt, like Honduras, that is the most corrupt, possibly country in the whole Central America. That president, Juan Orlando Hernandez, he is he's nowhere to be seen. He's the worst president possibly in the continent of America. He does not care for his people. The economy, the economy is the worst in Honduras. They're going through a horrible situation. These kids, it's not their fault. This is the comment from Pastor Alberto, and I will put it right here on the screen for you guys to see. Looks like these shelter for minors will be sponsored by USA taxpayers, part of the $4 billion that Biden is going to send to Mexico. Thank you for that comment, Pastor Alberto. Thank you for that. Pastor Alberto is watching. So this is a comment from him. And also the $4 billion that a lot of nonprofit organizations they're waiting for. That's why they're keeping the migrants right there at the migrant camp, El Chaparral. All these activists telling them, don't go, don't go, don't go. I got you right here. I got lawyers. I got everything around here. Why you want to leave? If you go to a shelter, they're going to treat you bad. Don't go to a shelter. Stay here. I got you right here. So this is, inevitably a situation. When you talk about the kids, man, it's just horrible because they're exposed to child trafficking, child smuggling, addiction, drug addiction, abused. I have gone to several shelters, and I remember one particular case that Pastor Alberto is watching right here. One particular case that he gave me an interview. He got me the migrant to do an interview, and it was a migrant. It was an indigenous migrant that she arrived to the Pastor Alberto's family. All her family was there. It was an indigenous migrant from Mexico, and she was raped by authorities, Mexican authorities. She was raped. She was going to the store. She doesn't know how to speak Spanish. They speak in their native language. She was raped going to the store by the corrupt authorities from our country. And she got pregnant by these animals. And she was right there at the shelter of the pastor. The only one that could speak was the mother, and she spoke barely Spanish, a little bit, Castellano. She spoke a little bit, and she was telling me, we don't know what to do. The trauma of the little girl that she was raped, you can actually see the trauma in her face. It was horrific. These are the kind of situations that they're happening in our country. Just normal. A normal typical day, you're going to the store, you send your teenage, boy or girl to the store alone, and that could actually happen. Horrible. Imagine now all these unaccompanied minors arriving and walking through Honduras, through the border of Guatemala, through our country of Mexico, and landing all the way to the border. Imagine all that they go through. But you got a current administration in the United States, which is saying, I prefer them not to die, so come over. But you don't know the geographics and the logistics of what is happening when you say that. You don't know. So you open your mouth and you just say, come over. But you don't know the logistics. And you don't know what it will happen to these kids. I have seen unaccompanied minors, and I have interviewed some of them. And they tell you all, I interviewed two of them in the year, I think, the pastor is right here. I think that it was 2019, I believe so, Pastor Alberto. When I interviewed the two minors, females, teenagers, that they were trafficked by a coyote and kidnapped by a coyote, that he was, working at the shelter Agape, playing the part that he was a migrant and he was helping, but he was a coyote. And I remember talking to them, and they were, telling me, it is horrible what we go through, Oscar. You don't even imagine what we go through. It is just horrible what we go through. And they promise us that they are going to cross us to the United States, but I got to sleep with you. I got to give in. And if I give in to you, I will, you basically are going to do me the favor to cross me over. But these are all conspiracy theories for all these leftists that they are in the United States, that they do their work and their computer. They don't do the boot work, the groundwork, like go over there and talk to them. It's just unbelievable. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. prayers to Shelter Agape and to Pastor Alberto. Hopefully, everything will be resolved quickly and in peace. So, prayers to Pastor Alberto and Shelter Agape. Situation with the unaccompanied minors, as you know, a recap for what the video that we just played right here. It was Maria del Rocio Garcia, that she is the head director, national head director of DIF, that is Child Protective Services, over here in our country. And she just gave a statement that we have a problem in Mexico with unaccompanied minors. That out of 10 minors that they arrive into our country, statistically, hypothetical, she said 6 of them are probably from Honduras. Talking about 60%, it is probably from Honduras. The other ones, El Salvador, Guatemala, and so and so. She also stated that there's going to be fighting for the humanitarian rights of these children, that they are arriving continuously, and it is going to grow more, the arrival of unaccompanied minors into our country of Mexico. Ultimately, the solution it is the direct order that she said from the president, and she is there directly through an order from the president of Mexico, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, to inspection the shelters around and to go around and see where they can help and to basically, you know, do an inspection of how they're treating the migrants, the migrant unaccompanied minors, and also migrants that they are with their legal guardian or parent. And lastly, she said, we are going to build or make or rent or whatever 17 shelters around our nation. Campeche, Tabasco, those are the states, Chiapas and Quintana Roo. Those are the states that they are going to be in Tapachula. Basically, the city is in Chiapas, but it's the last city to the border. They are going to be putting 50% of the shelters in Tapachula. That is the city of the state of Chiapas. Other 50% is going to be scattered around the south door and also ultimately in the borders that connect to the United States of America. That is the north states that, you know, we're talking about the state of Baja California that has 3 borders. That is Tijuana, the municipal city of Tecate, and the municipal city of Mexicali. That Tecate connects to, you know, El Cajon, Campo, Tecatito, California, and all those places. And also, you know, Mexicali connects to Calexico. Then you got Yuma that has Algodones. Then you got Sonoita that has, you know, Phoenix, Arizona, and all la. Then you go to Juarez. That is, you know, another municipal city that connects to El Paso. You move a little bit more forward. You got Nuevo León, Piedras Negras. You got Matamoros, Reynosa, Tamaulipas. All these municipal cities, they are going to put, you know, basically, practically, geographically, they don't know yet where they are going to locate them, but she specifically said the north, you know, border. So, wow, man, it's just unbelievable. This is going to continue. Now, the most important thing for everybody to know and for me to end this show is that hopefully the government of Mexico, with the shelters that they are practically doing the work for more than 3 years now, hopefully they are the ones that they are in charge of this, not activists from the United States of America, that they're coming over here and you have an enormous problem like we have right now in the migrant camp in Chaparral, that is a huge problem. And, you know, hopefully the authority of Mexico will be in charge of this, that is specifically what I'm hearing of, that the National Guard is going to be in charge of all of this, and also the municipal authorities of our country. That is the only thing that I can say that is good news, because we were giving the authority to activists from the United States of America. That is a mistake. God bless everybody that is watching. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. Share this video, like this video, buy me a coffee. It is on top of the chat. If you guys want to contribute to buy me a coffee for my work, thank you so much. thank you. Thank you, and I want to say, God bless you. And also, you can follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow him and all the platforms that exist in this planet and in other planets and other planets and so. He has so many platforms. I want to say thank you to Miss Brenda, also Miss Mr. Tony Marie or Miss Tony Marie, Miss Jenna, also, and ultimately Miss Carol, Miss Krista, also Clea, and Janet Lance, Precious Girl, and a lot of the people that they have contributed that they are, anonymous. So thank you so much. God bless you all. Follow me on my page on Facebook, like Oscar L. Blue, public figure page. Also, you can follow me at YouTube as Oscar L. Blue, Instagram as Oscar L. Blue, Telegram as Oscar L. Blue, Rumble as Oscar L. Blue. All of them exactly the same. And next week we have a big surprise for you guys in another place. You're going to be also following me that I will tell you guys later on. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love, because always your country's first. God bless.
Lo que necesitamos. Y ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and he hasn't said anything. Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best sacrifice for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.